Good morning, student. At last time we had a discussion regarding our environment. So, what are the ecosystems and how the organisms and the ecosystems are correlated with each other and how they are cooperating to maintain the balanced ecosystem. So, if we think about the ecosystem, there must be a chain, or there must be a food chain. So today we are going to discuss about what is the food chain and food webs. So the both sentence itself explain that what is the food chain, how it forms, or you can say how it connected with the food webs. So typically in food chains, every organism up to the fourth level, so it's dependent on each other. And in food webs, so maybe the first row will be dependent on the second row, and maybe third row will be dependent on the first row. So there should be a network between each other in each tropical level. So that is the food web. So we will discuss how it has been classified or divides each other. So food chains and the food webs. See, each chain is called as a tropical level. So because these are the chains nothing but the tropical level. For example, the plant are the first and the consumer, maybe the sheep or the goat, are the second tropical level or the consumers. So we can say that each chain can be a respective tropical level. So if we think about the whom can say producer of the autotrophs, everybody knows what is meant by autotrophs, the organisms which develops or synthesize their own food that comes under the autotrophs. And either we can say the autotrophs or the producers because they are the primary producers or the developers. So that producers of the autotrophs we can consider the first trophic level because they are the primary part. They are developing, they are synthesizing. That's why they are the first tropical level. This is the first point. As we think about the photosynthesis process, everybody knows with the help of solar energy, the plants are preparing the food, and that food can be eaten by the heterotrophs, means the organism is dependent on the other organisms. That's considered the heterotrophs, or we can say the consumers. Here we can say heterotrophs are nothing but the consumers because they are dependent on the primary source. Or we can say the autotrophs are the producers. That's why the heterotrophs also can be considered as a consumer. So, as you can say, every day we eat the food. Why? Because in order to maintain our body, in order to gain some energy, in order to work in daily routine lives. So as we are taking the food, so every organism they need a food. Maybe it depends on the which organism are living in a which tropical level. According to that, the organism can have a food just in order to make their fuel. Fuel it doesn't mean that we have to provide like a diesel or petrol. Fuel means just a kind of energy to work daily routine life. So that for that purpose, every organism they must have a food depending upon their tropical level. So, for example, here the plants are the synthesizer or the producers, the primary consumer. You can say the tropical level. Heterotrophs they are depend on the first one, that is the autotrophs, and the decomposers. When the heterotrophs die or you can say the dead, after that the decomposers or the last tropical level will work on the heterotrophs. Means every tropical level is controlled by the higher one. If autotrophs develops some kind of food, so heterotrophs may have from the autotrophs. And if autotrophs die, heterotrophs die, so the decomposers will play their role to clean from the environment. So there are food chains, there are food webs. So because every tropical level, or you can say chains, it should be in a proper place, it should be in a proper level. So, as in the last interactive sessions, I had discussed that only 10% energy can be transferred from first level to the last level. So, how can I say? See, in last year, source of energy, the chapter of source of energy, to learn that when the form of energy convert or transfer to another forms, it lost in the environment. Means some kind of energy or some of energy lost in the environment. So because it is the process. So if you are taking the 1% of energy from the sunlight, so it is also forwarding the next tropical level. So but here we are taking only the 1% energy. So according to the you can say the estimate, you can say the average. So the average 10% energy can be forward, or we can say can be used by our own bodies. For example, here autotrophs are preparing the 100%, for example. So whatever the consumers means, if the plants grow or synthesize the food, so the goat or sheep can have a food from the typical plants. So we cannot say whatever they are eating on the plants, it can be utilized for their body purposes. So some can be energy utilized for the reproduction, some of the energy can be utilized for the body development, and remaining energy, that means average 10% energy can be utilized for their own body in order to transfer itself in the next tropical level. So that's why in average only 10% of energy can be utilized or transferred from one tropical level to the last tropical level it is considered. So that's why 10% of energy can be used to transfer up to the fourth level or the fourth tropical level. Therefore, this is the average percent of energy can be transferred. As I said, the rest of energy can be utilized for the reproduction, for their development of other body movement. So, average 10% energy can be transferred. So, now how we can say the food chains and the food webs. For example, consider this is a plant. So now the grasshopper can eat the plant or the grasses. Then the two grasshoppers make bigger fishes, or the fish can have a food on the grasshopper, and to fish, the duck can have a food or the fishes, and to duck, maybe tiger and the other animal can have a food from the ducks. So this is the chain because they are interdependent to each other. Grasshopper on the plant, fish on the grasshopper, duck on the fish, and tiger on the duck. So this is the complete chain. You can say the complete chain because they are straight moving from bottom to the up straight. So this is the chain. So how we can say the webs? Webs itself explain that there should be a network. As you consider with the second chain, for example, grass, it can have a by rabbit. To rabbit, snake can eat. Also can the birds, consider garuda, also can have a to rabbit, then cat, even the wolves. So these are the some other animals directly can have a rabbit, but rabbit is only one animal, but many animals they can eat the rabbit, or maybe two rabbit, tiger also can eat, or maybe garuda to tiger to the garuda, or to the snakes can be garuda. So these are the interconnected to each other. So maybe one animal from the first chain to the depending on the second one, and second can be on the first one. So these are making the webs. These are making the network to each other from one tropical level to the another tropical level. This is nothing but the food webs. Food chains means each tropical level of organism they are dependent on the each other through state from the bottom to the up level or last level. But the interconnected between the different tropical levels of the chain that comes under the food web. There should be a network of the organisms of the tropical level to depend on each other. So that we can say the food web. They are interconnected with each other. Now, from this discussion or among this, we can say the discussion. So we can conclude that the flow of energy is a unidirectional. That means once the energy lost from the first tropical level, it cannot come back. If the plants eaten by the grasshopper, can we grow again? Or we can say that can we have a plant? We will say at that time no, because whatever the energy is stored by the plant, it can have by grasshopper. So it is a unidirectional. It doesn't or cannot come back to the first tropical level. Again, the energy captured by the autotrophs doesn't come back. As I said, whatever the energy captured by the autotrophs, it doesn't come back for the growth purpose. Again, as we have known that many farmers they are using the pesticides and other chemicals in order to grow their plants. So, as they are using the pesticide or the harmful chemicals in their field or farm, so they are releasing in the river, we can say the dams. As they are releasing in the dams or the river, many chemicals remain as it is for a longer time. So directly indirectly, aquatic animals they are eating chemicals or they are having the chemicals in their body every time, so day by day. As they are having the chemicals with the water or their food, directly they are accumulating in their bodies. So what happening? As they are accumulating in the bodies, for example, if the chemical is accumulating or storing in the fish body, so the fish can have by the human beings. So the pesticide, indirectly or directly, we are getting the pesticide with the help of fish. So these are the, you can say the harmful substances we are accumulating directly, indirectly, or knowingly. So maybe with the plants also many pesticides can accumulate on the surface of the plants, and the aquatic plants can have other animal, and the other animals can have other tropical level, maybe human beings or the other animals. So these are forming the biological magnification. Now to whom we can say the biological magnification means accumulation of harmful concentrated chemical substances in the human's body, or we can say the organism's body. That process is called as a biological magnification. Keep in mind, do not get a confusion that biological magnification means accumulation of harmful substances into the body. That process is called as a biological magnification. So I hope it is clear for you what is food chains and what is food webs. Food chains means it is a direct chain. Each tropical levels are dependent on each other, and food webs means there should be a network between the different tropical levels and food chains. So that condition you can say the food webs. And accumulation of harmful concentrated chemicals or the substances into the body, that process is called as a biological magnification. So if you need any more clarification or if you have any questions or doubt, so ask me, as we are discussing in live session